Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Indie News Recap. It is the end of January, so we're going to recap some of the highlights of the month in both indie games and some news stories that unfortunately are not as bright. Starting off with the good news, Celeste has finally released and it is getting amazing sales on the Switch and the PC. It is a difficult, retro-style platformer with a lot of modern qualities of life. It focuses on really tight controls, and it develops these mechanics really well throughout. Things like the dash and the climb are the two only really unique things about this game, but they make sure that it is very fresh with the level design, and that there is plenty of room to grow into the game with your skills so that you can get plenty of extra content throughout. Personally, I just purchased it recently, but I'm waiting on my gamepad to come from eBay, and then I am going to put up a couple of videos on the CFN channel playing it and sort of giving my thoughts on the game. There are two farming games that are in Steam's best sellers right now. One of them is My Time at Portia, which is selling incredibly well, and the other game is a game that I've actually been following the development of for quite a while, Staxel. It has just released its first update and has gone to the public. It is still in early access, and there's a lot of growing throughout. While I haven't had the opportunity to play My Time at Portia yet, I can really attest to the quality of Staxel, and the developers are being extremely attentive to try and make sure the players get what they need and want out of the game. It's interesting to see games that most publishers would not think of as profitable do very, very well in sales. You don't see a lot of peaceful games succeed as much as Staxel and My Time at Portia are doing right now, and that, combined with Stardew Valley, shows a clear trend towards more peaceful games and sort of moving away from the fighting and war games that most publishers think the general audience wants. I would love to see this develop and we can get more diversification in the genres so that we can get stuff that more gamers will like and have fun with. Unfortunately, not all news can be good news, and we have The Sun, a UK-based tabloid, slandering the popular comedy game Shower with Your Dad Simulator. They say that the game is promoting child abuse and even pedophilia when it is not doing that even a little bit. People are really slamming into this from The Sun, saying that charities have gone against it, and a lot of things that genuinely aren't true. One of the worst things is that they said, but some users posted comments praising the game, when in fact, the game has currently received excessively large amounts of positive reviews on Steam, currently actually sitting at 6,000 positive reviews, which is really, really good, and it has got a lot of praise throughout, but now we are seeing this tabloid just tear into it with just false information about the game. It's a big shame that after all of these years, we still have these news outlets tearing into gaming whenever they get the opportunity, just to get clicks from older people who don't understand gaming as a medium. And it really is just a huge bummer, because the game is not all about that, and it is just a comedy, but it's pretty interesting and fun, so the fact that we're seeing all of this backlash is pretty unfortunate. Then we have some pretty weird news. A game called Imperatum is going to be scaling its difficulty using real-time Bitcoin value. They are going to include this Bitcoin mode, and it'll modify the loot drops, difficulty, and many other factors, which will change and sort of tweak based on the market price of this popular cryptocurrency. This is a very novel idea, but I don't think that it's going to last as long as some outlets are making it out to be. It seems like it's just going to be another fad, because Bitcoin is already starting to leave the mainstream news media, as there's not much happening with it, and it's just too unstable to really be worth the coverage. But this could be an interesting thing to see, oh, the price of Bitcoin dropped, now it's time to rush in and play the game, and could lead to longer player times. I really don't think I've seen anything like this come from even AAA games, so I'll be interested to see how it works out. Those have been the top stories of the month. I am Chocolatier Games with Computer Figures Network, and I'll see you guys next time with another Indie News Recap.